PASCAL. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high. Cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold up, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up. Weekdays, catch us live. Somebody, let's go.
Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Sunday, and welcome to the Pascal Show. Good afternoon, good morning, wherever you're watching this show. I'm kind of sitting in the middle. I'm kind of like straddling in the middle right now. But hopefully you guys are all doing well and enjoying your Sunday, making it positive. I know some of y'all already walking into a Monday right now. So good evening to everyone overseas that's watching this show right now as we speak. You know, I really do appreciate every last one of y'all coming in and spending your time with me. You know what I mean? Little old me. You know what I'm saying? We got a mess. This is a mess, y'all. I'm just going to say it. It is an absolute mess of a situation that happened. This whole tragedy that happened in AstroWorld. Things are just getting worse. And things are not looking up very well for Travis Scott right now. I do truly feel in my heart of hearts, he's about to see a whirlwind of problems here very, very soon. And I can't express it any more than I can right now. I think he's going to be in some serious issues. He's going to have some serious issues here very, very soon. But before we get into everything, you know, we got to do this thing. You know how it is. Hit that like button down below. Do not forget to hit that like button down below. And for those of y'all who are starting to watch for the first time this show, please just go and crush that subscribe button, okay? I'm not going to be here for a long time, but we're here for a very informative and hopefully a good time. I mean, it's not really good information. It's kind of bad. Like I said, things are not looking up for Travis Scott right now. It's not good. It's just not good. I got a bunch of screenshots. I got a bunch of videos we got to look at. And I don't have a whole lot of time to be able to do everything and all that. So we got to do this. Okay. So yes, Mara Charisse, thank you so much. Share in your social medias if you can. That would be greatly, greatly appreciated. You know what I mean? We're working hard out here in these streets, y'all. I don't usually do a Sunday show, so show the love as much as you can. Show love. Hit that like button down below. Give the algorithm the love that it needs so that this show can get out there to the masses so that people can see what's going on here. Like I said, we got a lot to unfold. We have some people who are talking about their experience at AstroWorld that we're going to be looking at here very, very shortly. There is a story, or there are stories of Travis Scott having a history of this BS, doing this kind of stuff countless times. And now this has finally come back to bite him in the ass in the most devastating type of way. I mean, let's just be real. This is terrible, y'all. Really, really bad. And it's kind of like he made this bed himself. I'm sorry for saying it like that, but he been doing this, okay? We have a story that I'm going to be telling you guys here in a little bit about a fan that paralyzed himself because he jumped from a balcony. This man's name is Kyle Green. He jumped off a balcony while Travis Scott was watching on the stage, encouraging him to jump off the balcony, in which he did, right? Because we raging, right? We out here having a grand old time. Like I said, just absolutely nuts that somebody would be willing to listen to a guy on a stage saying, yeah, man, jump off. And he does so. He gets paralyzed because he heard somebody on a microphone on a stage. And God knows what was in his, coursing through his body. Maybe he was on drugs. Maybe he was on heavily, on that social lubricant called that alcohol. We don't know. But suddenly he just, you know what I'm saying? Just, it's crazy. It's crazy, y'all. And then also on top of that, I just saw somebody say something. I think I saw an old friend and a familiar face, a familiar name. in the chat. I'm trying to find it because these chats go so dang fast. Hold on, let me find that really quick because I don't want to be wrong. Where the heck is it? Damn. I must have lost it. I could have sworn I saw the plaintiff Jane in the chat, and I have not seen her face or have not seen her soul in the chat in a while. But I think she said something. It passed by so quickly. I'm trying to find it, but it's disappearing on me or something. I don't know what's going on. Oh, there it is. There it is. Plaintiff Jane, what's up, girl? Happy Sunday. She says Drake's silence is very loud. I agree too. Where's Drake? He was on the stage, just going ham too. He was having a great bloody time, and he never said nothing. You know what I'm saying? He didn't say anything. Yes, she said it again just to make sure I see it. Okay, Drake's silence is very loud, and yes, she is here. How you doing, Plaintiff Jane? By the way, I've been trying to reach out to you for that collab. I'm just saying that real quick. Let's collab. Let's get something going. Let's get something brewing. Okay. Send us an email back. It'd be greatly appreciated. I know you superstar now. I know you blown up in these streets. Okay. But holla at your boy. Okay. Let's make something happen. Anyway, we got some stuff we got to go through. There is a video that I want to show you guys where there was and somebody sent this to me yesterday because there was a conversation interview with ICU nurse that was actually in the crowd. She was an ICU nurse, but she was also, a fan, right? And she's out there having a grand old time. And she just tells her account. Like I said, there's a lot of stories being told about this. Thought I had it. Now I think I closed that window like an idiot. There's a lot of people now that are coming out with their own accounts of what went down, and I'm telling y'all, this is not looking good for him, y'all. This is not looking good for Travis Scott. This is not looking good for Kylie Jenner. Okay, not at all. Not at all. She's gonna be spending a lot of money to help him get out of all this ish. Real talk, but. Last night we were doing a show. I did an impromptu show last night about all this stuff. And here's the thing. I said that, or somebody said that there was an ICU nurse that did an interview talking about her account out there, trying to help people out. I do have other people's statements and the sort talking about all this crazy ish as well, their own firsthand account on this. There is also footage. Hopefully I still have it. There is footage of Travis Scott, like just still doing his job, still doing his show. And the funny thing is he did a whole set. He did his whole show. I don't think you guys realize that. Some people were thinking that he was just only that he was supposed to do more than just 40 minutes. No, he did more. He did his whole set, y'all. When he got off the stage, he was done. He went up there. He did his job. He said, thank you so much. He chucked up the deuces, went off the stage, and that's when he found out that people were dying out there in the crowd. Weird, right? But anyway, before we go into all that, we got this video I want to show you guys. ICU nurse. This is from a local news network talking about her experience, her firsthand experience. First responder was one of the fans in the crowd. And this is what she had to say. Let's take a look.
A nurse attending the AstroWorld Festival says she's grateful to be alive after jumping into action and helping some of the injured last night. Fox 26's Denise Middleton spoke with her about what she describes as a chaotic and upsetting experience.
As the countdown to Travis Scott's performance began,
people started pushing. They pushed forward and then other people would push back.
things took a turn for the worse.
We couldn't move. We could not. You couldn't go forward, backwards, inside. You couldn't do anything. The only way to go was up.
Madeline Eskins says it became difficult for her to breathe.
I remember I was about to tell my boyfriend to tell my son that I loved him because as it went on, it got to the point where I was like, I'm going to die.
She then fainted and later described what happened next on social media, saying, quote, Sam got people to apparently crowd surf my body to the security guard. She goes on to say that when she woke up, she looked around and people were getting carried out with eyes rolled back into their heads. Madeline says she's an ICU nurse at HCA Houston Healthcare in Kingwood, so she immediately jumped in to help.
I walk up and I mean, nothing could have prepared me for what I saw. There was no pulse checks going on. It was madness.
She says she saw what appeared to be medics and teenagers giving compressions and performing CPR incorrectly.
Trying to do CPR on someone, I said, you have got to check a pulse before you do CPR. If they have a pulse, you don't do CPR. You'll break ribs.
Madeline says she's been to all 3 AstroWorld events and never imagined this one ending in tragedy.
It was absolutely insane. I've never seen anything like that in my life. I am disturbed. Honestly, it should have been stopped.
Security, somebody help jump in real quick.
She says Travis Scott acknowledged something was happening in the crowd and that someone was passed out, but continued to perform.
I'm angry about that. I'm disappointed in how everything was handled. I'm disappointed that the medical staff that was there was not truly medical staff. They had little to no experience in this. Some of them had little to no experience in this type of situation.
Madeline now grateful she made it out alive.
I could have very easily been one of those people because I was getting suffocated. Suffocation can lead to cardiac arrest. And they were saying that these individuals were trampled. Because once you fell in that crowd, it was almost a death sentence. I really, hope that at least one person that I was hoping made it. Just at least one.
Denise Middleton, Fox 26 News.
I think this is, like I said, this is a devastating situation. This story is so sad. I mean, I wanted to show that one shot right here. Look how many people are in there. 50,000 plus people showed up in this piece. 50,000. And that's just the beginning right here. This is just during the day. When the sun went down, I'm sure it got thicker. I'm sure it got more chaotic. They say they had over 1,000 different types of security there, from law enforcement all the way down to, security guards for hire, right? Not every single person in there was fully equipped or fully vetted to be able to do their job, do the job of saving people's lives. I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about here in a second. But the thing is look at how many people are out here. Thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people, right? I see Pearl Nini just said 50,000 is half of the town that I live in. I mean, that's a lot of people, y'all. Now, I know that some people are saying, I know like from last night's show, some people were sitting there going, oh, this, over 1,000 security guards and law enforcement, that's more than enough. But that's still dealing with 50,000 people. Is that really enough? When you have 50,000 people, clearly it wasn't enough when you show people busting through the gates, the VIP area, just so that they can get into this show, to this concert, to this festival. If the security, law enforcement, security, what have you, weren't able to keep that in control, who's to say that they're going to be able to keep this in control? Real talk. How are they going to keep this in control if they can't even control the perimeter? Just saying. Does it make any sense? No, it does not. It does not. Not to me. Now, I got a couple screenshots I want to show you guys because, like I said, there's just this story is just, we're getting more and more people tweeting, putting in their own first accounts of certain things. There are a lot of people out there trying to live their best life, okay, at the expense of people's lives, which is extremely disturbing to even think about or even talk about. But I do have this that I want to show you guys right quick. 1 second. There it is. Boom. Something I found very interesting. This is just some tweets, all right? But one of them is saying Travis is deleting his tweets that have anything to do with raging, going against security, and moshing. So if you don't think Travis had any fault in it, I promise him and his lawyers do. These are screenshots, but real talk, he's deleting stuff where he's going, yo, let's rage tonight. Let's get crazy. Obviously, we have so many different stories where he's been arrested, where he's incited riots, etc. during his own concerts. I mean, he wants the chaos. We talked about it last night. He wants the chaos, right? He wants people to go and get crazy because he wants people to remember that they had the time of their lives, that there were no rules, right? They could break the law, that they can have anarchy, right? They can have chaos in this place. Get high, get drunk, do whatever the hell they want, rage all night, go home, talk about it, say this is one of the best experiences of my whole entire life. This stuff was legendary, bro, kind of stuff. Makes people want to come back and do it again. Why do you think all these kids did exactly what they did that night? They went out and got crazy nuts because they know that this is a place where they can let their freak flag fly. Let their freak flag truly fly with all this chaos and anarchy. Let's be real. And don't get me wrong. I get it. It's all good as long as nobody loses an eye. You feel me? But there was no control within this chaos. Just straight up chaos. There are videos out here that I can't show you, unfortunately, because there's music bumping in the background and all that, the copyright stuff. But there are videos out here where they're showing dudes dancing on top of cop cars while they're going and trying to save that person's life off to the side. Dudes are dancing on cop cars because they're like, yo, man, I'm on that rock star ish right now, bro. Come on, bro. I'm raging tonight, bro. Let me dance on this for the gram, bro. Real talk. Whilst somebody's in blue on the ground getting resuscitated by first responders. Oh, he died? I don't care. Let's rage, bro. Come on now. Come on, y'all. It's comical because you think of it and you're going, no one would do that. No one would actually do that in their right mind. And then it's like, well, wait, lo and behold. Yeah, they did. They real talk, they did. These mother lovers didn't give two damns. And they knew that this kind of stuff was going down. This kind of stuff was about to go down. This is exactly what they came to do. Listen to his music and just vibe out and go crazy, right? Let's continue. Now, I got this piece. I got to come back to this, unfortunately. But here it is. Here's another account. All right. I'm a trained medic. I was doing CPR on a girl as Drake came on and was doing his thing with Travis. Two, quote unquote, medical staff. This is why I'm bringing this up, because I want to show you guys how ill-prepared, right? And how understaffed as far as experience, right? That some of these people that were out there as medical staff or as security, how ill-prepared they were. All right. Like, I feel like they just check marked the box and said, yeah, I know how to do CPR. And they're like, oh, you do? Cool. You're hired. They didn't even do proper background checks on the people that they hired. They just hired anybody, it seemed like. As long as you just check the box, you good. So let's look at this this comment. All right. So two quote unquote medical staff came over to help. They were like deer in headlights. They had no effing clue what they were doing. One of them straight up left. The other medic was screaming if someone knew CPR. Huh? So he's supposed to be medical staff. We don't know what sex these medical people were, right? But this person was screaming out, wondering, hey, anybody know CPR? Because I don't, even though I am a medical You know, I'm supposed to be a medical expert. You know, I'm medical staff. I'm supposed to be here just in case somebody passes out, but you don't know how to do the simple thing of CPR, which is one of the basic things that you need to know how to do before you can even get anything, before you can get the stamp of approval of being a medical staff. What? Okay, I'm continuing. I'm sorry. So, asking if anyone knew CPR. The two that came over had no ambulance bag, no gloves, no AED, nothing. AED is basically a defibrillator, okay? I had the girl's friend do mouth to mouth while the dumbass medic was just standing there. I'm yelling for an AED, even a damn CPR pocket mask. They eventually got backboard and start to put her on backwards, feet on the narrow end. So they didn't even know what the hell they were doing. They didn't even know what they were doing. Fully untrained individuals. I wouldn't even call them medical staff. They were just bystanders. They were just civilians with a badge. I call the guy an idiot and flip it over. Finally, we get her on a backboard. Cops come over and rip me off of her. They pick the backboard up only to drop her on her face. They picked the backboard up only to drop her on her face. I was so incredibly mad. I watched a girl die in front of me, all because these medics, quote unquote, were so ill prepared. I'd encourage anyone here, to open lawsuits against the Cactus Jack AstroWorld BS. So sad. So that is just this is just a small example of people that were actually experiencing, that were in the shit. Pardon my French, but they were in the shit, right? They were all up in that. People that were going out of their way to roll up their sleeves, put their time to try to save a life, to resuscitate, to resurrect certain people that were literally dead on the ground because of how much people were getting crushed. This thing is no joke. This whole story is no joke, y'all. Of course, I'm going to get into that here in a little bit, but here it is. He did have a history. He has a history, y'all, of inciting chaos in the crowd. This is a screenshot from August 2nd of 2015. So he's been doing this for years, y'all. Dude got arrested for inciting crowd at Lollapalooza. It says here, rapper Travis Scott got taken down by cops one song into his set at Lollapalooza in Chicago Saturday after urging the huge crowd to rush the stage. So he's done this before. Real talk. He has done this before. There are speculations, there are rumors right now saying that he was telling people to rush the stage again on Friday night. He was telling people to rush the stage. He was arrested for doing this said thing 6 years ago in 2015. He has a history of doing this, y'all. Scott was super hype as he looked at the stage, as he took the stage, in front of 100,000 people, telling everyone to ignore security and climb over the barricades. Chicago's finest sprung into action and arrested Scott for disorderly conduct. Okay? And obviously there's a comment right here. Yeah, I'm going to need Travis Scott's stance to stop defending him and saying it's not his fault when he greenlights this behavior and always tells his fans to ignore security. I mean, what are your thoughts on this, y'all? Because I get it. There's a lot of people that love them some Travis Scott, okay? You know, they love them some him. I get it. It's fine. But at the same time, if you got a guy who literally, as Leslie just said, is an agent of chaos, has a history of doing this before. You gotta, I mean, if it walks like a duck and squawks like a duck, you know what I'm saying? This is some wild ish, y'all. I got more screenshots, but I'm going to go into some other video clips that I want to show y'all too. Because, like I said, this is nuts. Hold on one second. Whoops. I got to download that ish. Whoops. Hold on, guys. Damn. Whoop. Let me do that real quick. So I gotta trying out some new stuff today. So please forgive me. Trying out some new ish. Let's see if I can open this one up. Let's see here. Says my first time at AstroWorld, had no idea in the moment how dangerous being smushed in the crowd like this could be until I heard the news this morning. So let's take a look at this. I'm probably going to have to mute this because of the music in the background. Knowing my luck, I got to be smart with this ish, but here we go. Let's take a look. I mean, look how tight everything is. And that's just one account. That's just one account of somebody dealing with this kind of ish. I got more. Trust, I got more. But yeah, like I said, this is all kinds of bad. Okay, so one second, y'all. Because I thought I sent it to myself, and I guess I did not. Thought I sent something to myself, and I guess I did not. But there's more here that I'm trying to grab here. I mean, this, like I said, there's so many different accounts that are going on right now where people are telling their stories. I mean, let me just show this really quick because I am trying to get a. Okay. Oh, okay. 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 I'm going to show you guys this though too, because this is something, a completely different story or a completely different situation that has happened that had to do with Travis Scott as well. Here it is right here. Travis Scott. This is another situation. This happened in May 14th, 2017. So Travis Scott arrested for inciting riot in Arkansas. So he came to the concert. The concert came to a rude ending when cops hauled him away from inciting a riot. He was performing in Rogers, Arkansas, Saturday night, and according to several witnesses, the officers met him as soon as he left the stage. Law enforcement sources tell us he was booked for inciting a riot, endangering welfare of a minor, and disorderly conduct. He was released without bail at around 11:30, and he'll return to Kansas for a court date. But real talk, again, law enforcement tells us that he was inciting a riot, endangering welfare of a minor, and disorderly conduct. And this happened, I'd already said one that happened in 2015. This happened in 2017. It just keeps going and going and going. Now, there is this other piece that I want to show you guys right quick. Let me just get it queued up here. Here is another one for y'all. Now, if I'm correct, let me make sure I got this correct. In 2017, a young man by the name of Kyle Green was paralyzed because he jumped off a balcony. So we're going to take a look at this story because, like I said, this is what happened to this man a couple years ago. All right. Who is Kyle Green? Chaos at 2017 Travis Scott concert left man paralyzed forever. Okay. So Kyle Green, a man who was allegedly pushed from the third floor balcony at a Travis Scott concert 4 years ago, said that he was devastated to hear 8 people were killed at the rapper's AstroWorld show on November 5th in Houston. In 2017, Green's 27 was injured at Scott's April 30th concert at Terminal 5 in Manhattan. The fall left Green paralyzed. So he was out there chilling in the cut. This is Kyle Green right here. Here's the balcony in which he fell from. So now they're saying he was pushed, right? That's what they're saying. But he was on the other edge. He was on the other side of the balcony. He was on the other side of the balcony, raging, having a good old time, having a good ass time. Of course, Travis allegedly was telling him to jump that people would catch him. Now he's saying that he got pushed. Now he's saying he got pushed off of that balcony where he plunged down. No one caught him. He fell all the way down. And now this man is permanently paralyzed from the waist down. This has happened before, y'all. All of this has happened before. So with all this that's going down, the fact that Travis Scott is surprised is beyond me. Like, we just saw the video where he was sitting there scratching his head, rubbing his head, and he's like, yo, man, I love you all. And man, I can't believe this actually happened, so on and so forth. I mean, he should not be that surprised. He shouldn't be surprised at all. When you have somebody, like, especially if you have somebody that had fallen 3 stories, let's just say, down where no one caught him and he's paralyzed now, wouldn't you think that would be the end of it? Like, maybe that would just pump the brakes real hard. Like, yo, maybe I need to stop. I need to be more controlled with the situation. I need to be smarter when it comes to this ish. I mean, I'm just saying, wouldn't you be a little bit more alert? Wouldn't you learn from your mistakes and try to be a better entertainer and trying to make sure that the people that you are entertaining in front of, you're making sure that those people are taken care of? You're making sure that those people are safe. You are being responsible instead of the complete antithesis of responsible. Isn't that what you are supposed to do? Now, Kev Z 24/7 said, but dude still decided to jump. He didn't have a gun to his head. He got pushed. Allegedly, somebody shoved him off. So maybe he was mustering up enough courage to make the jump, but now they say that he was pushed. They say they pushed him off of that. Now, we did have an open conversation where everybody was right. We were talking about this last night. And of course, I forgot who said it, but somebody said they went to a Kevin Gates concert. People were passing out because it was just so crowded, so overly crowded, so stock full of people up in this piece, right? And I get that, like, those things do happen. But at some certain moment, you're going to have to sit there and say, well, I want to make sure, I want to ensure the safety of every single last person, because I want these people to come back. I don't want them to come in here to never return again. Or they say, I went to a concert from hell. That's what one of the people say in one of their accounts. You know, when they talk about this, it's like, I went and I had the most terrifying experience of my whole entire life. Like, what the hell are you talking about? You're saying this is their experience? This is how it's supposed to be? Real talk? Just saying, I'm not with it. I'm just not
to talk about my experience.
Hold on, let me get this up here. This is somebody else's account. Their experience at the event. And like I said, you know, this is terrible, y'all. This is absolutely terrible.
It's at AstroFest. It is extremely traumatizing. I've never experienced anything like that in my entire life. Probably because I've never been surrounded by so many lifeless bodies. I haven't been able to stop thinking about what was happening all around me. It was so demonic. The energy was so demonic. The set was demonic.
Now, I got to say this too really quick. Everybody is sitting here saying how quote unquote demonic this was, and how this was all part of some sort of Illuminati-ish or something like that. I really don't think it was demonic. I think the imagery and all that was, but I don't think he really had the intention of having human sacrifices live in the concert. Hell to the no. I really don't think that. Okay. But yes, we are going to look at some of these images that were put out there saying, you know, that gave off some demonic type ish. But let's continue here.
Travis was demonic. We were literally in hell. Like, it felt like we were in hell. Nobody could breathe. We were all suffocating. Everybody around me was suffocating. We were standing on our tiptoes, and all you see is everyone around you, chins up, gasping for air. And that's all you see around you.
Absolutely nuts.
There was no room for mosh pits. There was no room to breathe. We couldn't even breathe. We didn't even have enough room to, like, I'm sore. Like this hurts to take a deep breath today. Like, we couldn't even breathe in there because everyone's bodies were literally suffocating us so bad that people were bleeding out of their mouths and their nose. People were screaming bloody murder, literally.
Have mercy.
Begging for help from anybody. There's nothing that anybody could do. The floors were covered in bodies. You're doing your very best. We're fighting for our fucking lives. We're doing our very best to stay up. You couldn't even put your foot on the ground.
Now, what's really crazy to me too is that what I was saying earlier, people were so busy going and raging and having a good old time that they didn't even bother to look down to see what was going on with people that were actually going into cardiac arrest, people that were getting crushed, right? People that were literally suffocating to death. People were just stomping on people and walking all over each other and all that stuff. They didn't give two damns about these people. You know what I mean? It's just, this whole thing is absolutely bonkers to me. Absolutely. But like I said, you got a lot of young ass kids that busted through that thing. They're all in their mindset of like, we about to kill it. We about to have a great time. We about to rage. We're about to have a legendary freaking weekend that we will never, ever, ever forget. Right? So they're all up in their own selfish thing going to, yo, I'm going to kill it. I'm going to have a great ass time. Right? They don't care about the person that's next to them. They're going, oh, that dude wasted, and they're just going in. They don't care. But when you got all these people crushing each other, where you can't breathe. There's one account that they were saying that they had their hands up and they could not put their hands down. That's how tight it was in certain areas, in a lot of areas. That's how crushed these people were. Once their hands were up, they couldn't even put their hands down. There was no space. No space at all.
you're stepping over other people, you're stepping over other people's shoes, just trying to fucking breathe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surrounded by unconscious bodies. I don't even know if they were alive. There's just people all around you with their eyes rolled in the back of their heads, just being moved with the crowds. There was nowhere we could go. We were trying to push back. We were trying to push back to get out. And we're just getting pushed forward. We're just getting pushed deeper into the crowd. There's sinkholes of people in the crowds all around me. Like, if I would have hit the floor, I would have never gotten up. You can see like adults holding their children up, like trying to get them to safety.
Why would you bring your child to a Travis Scott show? I'm just saying. No offense. I've said it before. There was a kid, 10 years old, that was was treated. The death toll, or the youngest in the death, as far as from my understanding, it's not 8 anymore. Apparently, there's 11 people that have died from this concert now. That's from what I've heard. But the youngest is 14 years old. So a 14-year-old kid is no longer here because he came to a party. He came to a festival thinking that he was going to have the time of his life, but instead got crushed to death because of everybody acting a damn fool.
There's trauma response. Like, imagine going to your first concert and like this is how you think like concerts are. Like,
This thing's just
get out, you just see people running out, bawling, lips blue. There's people, they're dragging dead bodies out of the crowd. Dead bodies. And Travis knew. Travis had a bird's eye view on everybody and could see everything. He was asked multiple times to stop, and his responses are, "You know what you were here for," something like that. And
okay, so this whole thing, there's like a 3-parter. I'm not going to show you the whole thing, but the accusation of him saying, that he had bird's eye view and he could see things. Yes, there was a moment where he literally stopped the music, stopped the moment, and he was like, yo, hey, this guy's passed out. Move out the way. Spread out, move, let this guy out. You know what I mean? And they carried, I can't show it obviously, but they carried his body they carried him out, almost crowd surfed his body off to the side, right? And then they went back to their regularly scheduled program, right? But he is there to hype the crowd, right? He's there to entertain. So he was like, all right, y'all know what we came here to do. And he did his damn thing, right? He continued to perform. But what's crazy to me is that there were several moments where he had opportunities to stop this show, to stop this chaos. And he didn't. And so, Tyler, I do agree. This dude, I mean, he doesn't need to be, he's going to be held accountable. He is being held accountable right now, without a shadow of a doubt. Because what he has done, what he was a part of, he didn't do anything to change anything, y'all. He stopped one time for one guy that was passed out right in front of him. He was standing on some weird lift type thing. And he was able to see that guy right then and there. Right? But that's about it. That was it. That's all she wrote. Then he went back to raging. This is a very frustrating situation, y'all.
let's rage.
Oh, whoops. Let me turn that off. This is an ongoing type of ish. This story, my lord. The saga is going to continue, obviously. And this story is going to keep growing because, like I said, there are so many different people who have different accounts and different experiences from this whole thing. So hold on one second. I need to cue this thing up. I mean, the stories that I've heard so far, I mean, it's absolutely crazy. The amount of stories that have come out about people not being fully up to the snuff within performing CPR, with the medical staff, all that stuff. All right. I got another piece right here. I want to show you guys some more screenshots real quick. But like I said, this is absolutely bonkers, y'all. Here's another one right here. AstroWorld Festival this year was effing terrible. I don't think I've ever been more disturbed. Some of the medical staff had little to no experience. This is a completely different person, by the way. Completely different person. And yes, Lady Justice, I will be showing that here in a very, very short while. Trust and believe we are going to watch that too. So back to this, okay? None of the medical staff knew exactly what was going on, y'all. They didn't know nothing, man. So some of the medical staff had little to no experience with CPR, didn't know how to check a pulse, any of it. Didn't know anything. Compressions were being done without a pulse check. So people had a pulse while they were getting CPR. But meanwhile, there was not enough people to rotate out doing compressions and on individuals that were actually pulseless. The medical staff didn't have the tools to do their jobs. And despite the crowd around us trying to get someone to stop the concert, they still just kept going, even though Travis acknowledged that someone in the crowd needed an ambulance, which is the one piece that I was telling you about. Guy got lifted up, carried out, all that stuff. He's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Let's chill, stop, all that. I think I could find, if I can find that clip, I'll play that because there's no music on that. He literally stops the music and he's like, yo, everyone back up. But real talk, no experience whatsoever. Here's another one here too, which is the one I just read there, right there, talking about no trained medics or no trained, properly vetted medical staff. There's another one here. Totally different person. Talks about this lady, Madeline, says nobody in here had any idea what they were doing. It was awful. I passed out because people were pushing up against me so much that I couldn't breathe. Sam, I guess her friend, got people to apparently crowd surf my unconscious body to a security guard, and I got carried to a little section behind, I don't know what GA is, but behind GA, and put down on a stool thing. When I woke up, I had a water bottle on my lap and had no clue what had happened. She said, when I stood up, I looked around and people were getting carried out with eyes rolled back into their heads by security, bleeding from the nose and mouth. I yelled, has anyone checked a pulse? The security guard, frantic, asked me to please help him. Please help him. I checked 2 people and one did not have a pulse. I told them I was an ICU nurse. And then another security guard, hearing that, said, please come help us. They were that understaffed. That understaffed, y'all. That they were asking for civilians to come in and help them. This girl was passed out because she was crushed. She passed out due to being crushed within an inch of her life. She wakes up. Oh, GA's general admission. Thank you. So she woke up in the general admission section, seeing all these other people, and literally went into superhero mode and was like, who needs help? Let me help y'all. Security guards who clearly didn't know what the hell they were doing were going, can you please help us? None of these people knew how to do CPR. Real talk, none of them? Wow. Now, this is something I wanted to hold for later, but I'm going to pull it up now, okay? This is from a tweet. It's on my thumbnail, obviously, but I got to show this because this comment, this tweet blows my freaking mind, okay? I'm going to AstroFest tomorrow and may not make it back. Sorry. I'm going to AstroFest tomorrow and I may not make it back, so use this tweet to say your fly highs in advance. I mean, this is the kind of mentality that we're living in, that we're dealing with, especially with this concert. This is a tweet. This is a tweet that happened 2 days ago, y'all. Actually, 2 days ago, because it was screenshot last night. So I guess it was, I guess it was 2 days ago because this was, it was screenshot at 12:36 a.m. So 2 days ago, somebody said, I'm going to AstroFest tomorrow and may not make it back. So use this tweet to say your fly highs in advance. This person would thought that they were going to rage so hard that they were going to die, that they may not come back home tomorrow after this festival. Real freaking talk. So then somebody else said, bruh. And then they said, bro, when I tweeted that, I never could have expected Ish to go like that. But you know for a fact, if you're sitting there saying, man, I'm about to go in there and I'm about to get stupid. I'm about to do so many make so many stupid choices that I ain't going to come back this weekend. Y'all going to say you knew me when? So hand me my flowers now because I'm about to go in here and I might never come back. That is a real tweet. On God, that's a real tweet. So, let me see if I can find this. I have. There we go. The true dystopia is here. This was the stuff that he was pushing out. This is the kind of content he was pushing out. See you on the other side. Now, we talked about this last night, right? I think it was Lauren C. that said that they were putting out stuff beforehand, right? The stage was lit like it was hell, fire, all this stuff. And one of the things that they were saying was, see ya on the other side. Now, I said it live on the show. It's like maybe he was talking about like, you're so high, like you're crossing a threshold to another, like to a spiritual sense. You know what I mean? You're elevating yourself in that high, whatever drug you're doing, blah, blah, blah. See you on the other side. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people are taking this and looking at this and saying, "No, man, he talking about death. He talking about see you on the other side. Like we about to party so hard, we gonna die. We gonna die tonight." We're going to transcend so hard that we're going to leave our bodies. This is just, it's one cluster F after another cluster F after another cluster F. I think I do have that video of the girl. I'm going to try to pull this up, of this girl trying to stop the cameramen from doing their thing, from filming and all that. Here it is. I found it. Man, that was quick. Thank God I found that. Thank God for emails, y'all. Thank God for emails. So let me pull this up really quick. And this is nuts. This is absolutely nuts. Let's take a look at this, y'all. This is saying she's trying to help at the Travis Scott concert and they ignore her. She's yelling, "There's someone dead. There's someone dead. There's someone dead. Someone is dying. Help us." Let's take a look at this video.
That's okay with you real quick. Take me, let's do it.
Now, this dude is screaming, stop the show. You got a cameraman basically being like, yo, y'all need to get down off of this thing. He's totally ignoring this girl. Real talk. He's ignoring this girl. She's screaming, there's someone dead. There is someone dead. And this camera guy is going like, get off the thing. What the hell are you doing? Get down. This other dude is going to stop the show. Straight up saying, stop the show. And no one's listening. No one cares. No one's giving a damn. Really? Wouldn't you think that if somebody is going up there and saying, screaming bloody murder, literally screaming bloody murder, saying, hey, please save this person, or there are people dying out here in the crowd, wouldn't that cameraman at least go, hey, wait a second, boom. Let me get on my headphones real quick. Let me get on this walkie real quick and let people know this issue's real. Somebody's hurt down here. He's just like, yo, get down. I can't do anything for you. Get down. These people are desperate trying to save people's lives. And this cameraman ain't even listening. Man, somebody need to fire this cameraman. They were streaming this show live too. Apple Music was streaming this show live. This is a cameraman streaming this show for Apple Music Live. She comes up to him, says, stop the show. People are dying. Someone's dead. Someone's dead. They're here. And this camera guy has the audacity to basically say, get down, girl. The hell you doing? Get down. I got to do my show. Get the hell down. I got to shoot. Instead of, what? Okay, hold up. Yeah, there's a situation here. Blah, blah, blah. He could have done that. He didn't do any of that y'all. He went back to the camera. What the hell's going on here, y'all? What the hell's going on? Does any of this make sense to you, y'all? This is the worst kind of ignorance I've ever seen. The worst kind of ignorance I've ever seen. Unfreaking believable, y'all. Unbelievable. I think we got some comments. There is one. Hold up. Lady Justice, thank you so much. I can't pull it up on here for some weird reason, so I just got to read it from here. We have camera person's roll while death in the concert crowd, and people film our words on the trains and did nothing. What has this world come to? I do agree. I mean, like I said, we are so busy trying to get the thing for the gram or World Star or trying to get it for the views and all that we tend to just completely forget about the simple thing, which is the quality of life, right? Keeping people safe, keeping people out of harm's way. But lo and behold, we have a guy right here, a cameraman that I just showed a second ago, not giving a damn. Because he's union and he's got to do his job. Yet there are people that were actually dying. There are people that were getting hurt, people that were getting trampled on. And no one did anything. No one did anything. There is another piece that I wanted to show you guys. And I thought this was kind of cool. All right. I'm going to keep it real straight funky. In light of everything, these are the moments artists really need to be as present as possible. Let's just say that. Now, this is a completely different genre of music. This is a completely different thing. But I wanted to show you this because I thought this was kind of cool. All right. In light of the tragic AstroWorld deaths, here's a clip of Dave Grohl stopping a Foo Fighters show in its tracks to help an autistic child in the crowd. Take note, performers. You often see things security cannot. Look out for your fans. I'm going to show you this clip because this clip right now is going viral. People are talking about this on Twitter. They're retweeting this and talking about this. Totally different genre of music, all right? But it's the same thing. People are out here getting drunk, high, doing all their stuff and having a grand old time. Trust and believe. Every concert's basically the same, all right? Basically the same. The only thing is that it's just a genre. The genre of music is different, all right? I mean, I don't see people popping pills and smoking weed and doing beer bongs at a classical concert, with Mozart. I don't see people going, yeah, let's rage to Mozart. But you know what I'm saying. These kind of concerts, rock shows, rap shows, all that, it's all the same, right? Just different genres, right? But take a look at what Dave Grohl does. And this is what performers need to do, period.
All these historic books will start burn down. Someone coming up for it. Don't look now. Hold on 1 second. Does that kid need somewhere to sit? Give that kid a real seat. Put that motherfucker, you put that kid over right there. You gotta take his parents too now. Hold on. You gotta bring them home. This is a family occasion. It's a family occasion.
Now, one thing I will say this. That kid was getting crushed up against that barricade. And there was no way he could move. People obviously are getting closer and closer because they're trying to get closer and closer to the music, trying to get closer and closer to the Foo Fighters and all that stuff, right? And so he's down there playing his music. He's played these songs a million times before, so he can do this stuff in his sleep. He's looking around, and he sees a kid in dire straits. What does he do? He stops the show dead in its tracks, and he says, hey, guys, whoa. That kid right there, make some room for that kid. That's important. We don't need a casualty. We're supposed to be celebrating life. We're supposed to be celebrating good times. Bang, hold up. Hold up there. He stops it dead in the tracks, and he goes, you know what? And the family, too. The family, they got some room to breathe. Give them some room to breathe. I'm going to continue the clip, but what did Travis stuff? You feel me? But like I said, this is the kind of stuff that I'm trying to say, right? We need to be more transparent as performers, as artists, when we're on a stage, right? When we're on a stage, we have a responsibility not only to do our job, to perform, but we have a duty to the people out there to make sure that they're safe. Because when it gets crazy and people are doing mosh pits and all that stuff, and for a fact Dave Grohl has seen his fair share of mosh pits. Come on, y'all. It's Foo Fighters, for crying out loud, right? So he's seen his fair share of stuff, right? But he stops the show dead in its tracks and says, yo, wait a second. That kid. And of course, he doesn't know if the kid has autism or not. He just sees a kid who's getting crushed up against a freaking barricade. What does he do? He tries to make it right. And he tries to save that kid and keep his fans safe. Travis Scott, on the other hand, was so tuned in his own stuff, was so self-absorbed that I don't even think he saw the forest through the trees on what was really going down in front of him. He was too busy being a god, being like, I'm so cool. Look at how many people are in here. We're about to have the time of our lives. Let's continue raging, y'all. Let's go. Put your hands up. Now, there was one moment. I will say this. I don't have the clip, and I don't have the time to pull up the clip. There was another moment, though, where he literally did say, hey, y'all, put your hands up. Hey, put your hands up. Put a middle finger in the air. He did do that because almost in a way, it was like he was trying to check the audience, trying to check the crowd to see if everybody was okay, how the audience and how the crowd was doing. As soon as they put the middle fingers up and put his hands up in the air and all that stuff, he was just kind of like, okay, we good. Let's keep raging. And he kept going. But there were so many people out there. And I get it. I'm going to say this. He cannot play God, right? He's not omnipotent where he is everywhere and anywhere. He can't be everywhere. He was on a stage. You can only see so much. You can only see so far, right? But when he started seeing people screaming at him, stop the show, he should have listened. He should have been more perceptive. He should have been more present with his crowd. Because even so, you're seeing stuff straight up in front of you. You're seeing it right there. You're seeing the ish going down. You know it's getting bad. All of this could have been remedied if he just said, hey, shut the music, turn on the lights, everybody move back. Everyone, please chill. Instead of being an advocate for the chaos that he likes to bring into his shows, he should have been the antithesis of that. And that's what sucks about this situation. I wish he could have done, I wish he had the opportunity to do more. But what is interesting is that he didn't know, allegedly, he and Kylie Jenner did not know about the deaths until after he did his set. But here's the thing. If he had actually put his head up and actually was connecting with his crowd, right? Instead of keeping his head down and doing his thing and just feeling like he's on top of the world. And maybe he was high and drunk too. We don't know. We don't know. But at the same time, if he only was a little bit more perceptive, a little bit more present with what was going out in that crowd, maybe he could have saved a life or two. It sucks. It really, really sucks. But guys, unfortunately, that is the show for me today, or for right now. I do appreciate y'all for being on, chilling, hanging out with me, and having a grand old time. You know what I mean? I do appreciate that. Please do me that small favor. Hit that like button down below. Do not forget to hit that like button down below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why, but the internet's being a little sticky right now, unfortunately. But I wanted to jump on and let you guys know what was going on, what kind of information was popping off about all this stuff. Okay. So those of y'all who are watching, let me see if I just turn this music off. Maybe that'll make it better because it's acting really, really crazy. There it is. I stopped playing the music and suddenly it started acting normal again. Little bit. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so very much. But anyway, I got to jump off. Have a blessed, wonderful rest of your Sunday. Do something wonderful. Do something positive for somebody out there because I'm sure they can use that positivity in the world. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I'll see you guys very soon. Crush that subscribe button. All right. Join my Patreon or hit that join button and help support this channel. I'll see you guys soon. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.